The blocks of the internet are very upset with Youthforia for releasing this super dark foundation. And
hey family, Gracie here. I hope you are good out there. I am good myself. Thank you to those of you that watch, comment, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to me and I don't take any of that for granted. So thank you once again. Now today's video is one of those videos that triggers and sparks conversations about us Black people, and I feel like if we want to enter into spaces and be included, then these are conversations that we should really have to talk about. But yeah guys, let's watch this clip, come back, and we talk about it.
Which side of my face is the black face paint or the Youthforia foundation? You can't tell. You know why? Tar in a bottle. This is jet black face paint, and this is the darkest shade of the Youthforia Date Night foundation. This is black face paint. This is the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. A few months ago, I tried the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. This is what it looked like on me. I'm gonna apply some of the foundation on this side of my face so you guys can see. Let's just go ahead and try to blend this out, you guys. Enough. Who is that color? I'm gonna wipe this off and let me put the paint all over my face. I'm literally just going in with the face paint. We're gonna do some painting and let me just go ahead and blend it out with a brush. This is the darkest shade of the Youthforia foundation. This is black face paint. Sometimes it's okay to say, hey, maybe my brand is not made for complexion. I'm gonna squeeze a pump of this on my forehead just right out the bottle so you guys can see that I'm literally not joking. We're gonna do a big blend of this, you guys. When we say that we want you guys to make shades for us, we don't mean to go to the lab and ask for minstrel show black. What we mean is to take the browns that you have made, create undertones, and do what you need to do in the lab so it's a darker shade of brown. This is the darkest shade, shade 600, and as you guys can see in the bottle, literally jet black. The shade right next to it, shade 590. This is what it looks like in the bottle. Here is shade 600. You guys, there could be like 10 more shades in between these two shades. In addition to that, when we go to the actual website and we look at the swatch, not only is the swatch online literally jet black, there's literally only 4 or 5 shades for people that actually have dark complexions. Not really for Black people, for being honest. Not only in 2024 is this so disgusting and disrespectful, but this needs to be pulled off the shelves.
the darkest of blacks would get called out for cultural appropriation if they wore this Youthforia foundation shade. This is literally like if a brand put out like a purely orange shade or like a purely yellow shade and was like, here you go, Asians. The blacks of the internet are very upset with Youthforia for releasing this super dark foundation. And I don't wear makeup, but like I'm obsessed with like online beauty scandals and like drama. So like I had to get a bottle for myself. So today, let's put this on my face and see if their criticism is valid. I've always wanted to do makeup reviews, so I'm so excited. It says to put on 2 pumps, so let's see what that does for us. I even bought like an e.l.f. foundation brush. Like I'm taking this very seriously. Okay, so it's very dark, as you can see. Ooh, this shade like literally looks offensive so far. It's literally so dark. Let me get closer here so you can really see how freaking dark this foundation is. Fiona Chan, the founder of Youthforia, she really she really messed up with this, to be honest. I feel like it literally looks like my hair, and I feel like if I put this like in my fade, it could like make my hair look more full. Let me see. Oh my. Okay, so obviously this is like a foundation, not like black face paint. So like the undertones of my own skin are showing, but it's not because the foundation is like good. It's just because I'm extremely orange and yellow. So because the foundation is like somewhat translucent and like opaque, you can kind of see my colors show, but the foundation itself is not that. I'm literally looking in the mirror right now and this foundation looks jet black. Let's keep going. Imagine I do like the Meredith Duxbury foundation challenge with this foundation. I feel like that would look so crazy. I feel like I literally would get in trouble for like blackface at that point. I don't believe that Youthforia created this to like actually be inclusive. I think they literally created this just to be able to say that they have the darkest shade, but like they did not even match this with like any real humans with like real skin. And I like feel bad for Euphoria, but like Fiona desperately needs to like hire like a better like PR person and like product management person. Like, girl, please. This is Euphoria's darkest foundation, fully applied on my face. The darkest of blacks would get called out for cultural appropriation if they wore this Euphoria foundation shade. This is literally like if a brand put out like a purely orange shade or like a purely yellow shade and was like, here you go, Asians. Euphoria actually tried to like one-up Fenty by saying like, oh, our darkest shade is actually darker than Fenty's darkest shade, because they know that like Fenty is known for being inclusive, and so they thought that like if they released a shade darker than Fenty's darkest shade, they could be considered like inclusive as well, and they could like be free of like the cancellation that they received like months ago when their darkest shade was like super light. But I got Fenty's darkest shade, and look at how nice this shade actually is. One sec. Removing half my face. I'm dedicated to this video. I literally went to Ulta and bought like wipes, Mother's Day stuff, and these dark foundation shades for videos. Just wiped Euphoria off my face. This is dark gray. It literally looks like I just wiped off like eyeliner or something. Okay, so this is Fenty's darkest shade. Look, okay. Ooh, it's a little bit too wet, but it's fine. New brush, because I'm dedicated to this review. I literally feel like James Charles or like Jeffree Star. And I like low-key have always wanted to do this, but like I don't wear makeup, so like there was no reason for me to like wear makeup for a video. But today I was like, yes, a new scandal. I can hop on that. As you can see, Fenty's darkest shade, even though it is like their darkest shade, it's not black. Like, it's literally a very pretty like dark brown. Don't be fooled again by my personal light skinness and like oranginess that's coming out on this side. That is not because of the foundation. It's literally just because I'm super tan and like yellowy orangey myself. But literally no one's actually like pitch black. We all have blood under our skin. We all have undertones, whether they be neutral, cool, warm. There's no such thing as like a human with like pitch black skin. And so there you have it. This is real black people skin. This is minstrel show blackface, which is not good. Don't do it. This video is just for demonstration. I don't think Lupita from Us could even like match this shade, to be honest. This was
First off, you know I'm black, okay? So of course it is going to come off offensive. Because tell me, like, do people really have common sense? This makes me feel like, yes, these people really be knowing what they are doing, which I know for sure they exactly know what they be doing. How in the world do you get black shoe paint and put it on your face as an Asian person? Like, tell me, like, make it make sense. Make it make sense, for goodness' sake. And he comes out to say, oh, I am trying to come out and see if, you know, the hype and, you know, the criticism black people have been putting out here is valid. Do you remember when they say, especially Asians, they say that we use the race card to actually make us the center of attention? Yes, he said it. It came out of his mouth. Him saying that he wants to validate, that means that we are trying to actually make invalid points about this entire thing. You understand? And of all people, you, Asian, when have you ever cared for black people? When in countries that are majority full of people like you literally make fun of black faces, and then you came out to give a half-baked apology. Oh, you know what? I really didn't mean to, you know.
I put on the darkest shade of the Euphoria foundation last night, not to perform blackface, because literally blackface is like when you pretend to be black and like mock black people. I would never literally do that. And like I literally say that like I don't condone blackface in the video. I literally only put this on and like recorded it because I knew that like this specific shade was going super viral just for being like problematic, because like no one's actually this dark. So I wanted to like swatch it on and like literally agree with like the black creators on TikTok and like on YouTube that have been saying that this foundation is too dark and too problematic and like has no undertones. And I wanted to like see it on my skin and like match it with my hair. And like I don't wear makeup, so like I've never been able to do like a makeup review, because usually when people wear makeup it's like they wear it, they go out, and that's how they like review it on the internet. But like in this case, I thought like, oh my gosh, I can finally review a foundation because no one's actually wearing this out. It's too dark and it's like literally jet black. So I thought like I could put this on, do a review, and like literally wipe this off. I would never walk outside with this. Like I literally looked crazy, and like even the darkest of like black people look actually crazy wearing this because this foundation is problematic. Like I'm literally just uplifting the black voices. I promise you I was not doing blackface. I don't even think like blackface is even funny in general. Like I don't laugh at blackface. And also like I've noted like the blacks thing, I only refer to black people as blacks because I call Asians Asians, I call Mexicans Mexicans, and like whites whites. So like I don't really see the problem in calling black people blacks, but like clearly everyone's like so like upset about it. I only bought this shade to review it because this shade was super viral. Like I'm not like a beauty guru, so like I didn't get this sent to me, and I'm literally going to be returning it because what am I gonna do with this foundation? But yeah, I promise you, if you like actually know what like blackface is, I literally went on Google and like did my research. Blackface is like when people like perform caricatures of like black people and like make fun of them and like mock them, and like I literally would never do that, and like I don't even think that's funny at all. So I'm so like sorry if that video came off that way. I promise you I was not trying to perform blackface. I just love like online makeup scandals, and I wanted like an excuse to put on makeup that I would never wear in public in my room and like take it off immediately because it's so viral and like so problematic. But yeah, like if you actually watch my Youthforia review, you would know that like I actually agree with like the black people's voices, and I actually do agree that like Fiona, the founder of Youthforia, should release like better darker shades with like more undertones, because this foundation is like rude to like black people. I even swatched like Fenty's darkest shade and like explained why this one isn't problematic and like how this one like looks like beautiful brown skin. So yeah, I'm so sorry if you're like offended, because I really did not intend on like doing any blackface. I would never do that, and like I do love black people obviously, and so like if you're black and like you're following me, I love you, and I would never like make fun of you or like mock you, because like that's literally not even funny. Like I don't even consume content that like mocks black people, because like I feel like we all deserve to like live happily in like America, and like I'm literally like an immigrant myself, so like I totally understand. So yeah, love you guys. I'm so sorry that like I was talking about like how I loved beauty scandals, and like I guess now I'm like I inserted myself in the scandal in this small corner of TikTok. So like I'm sorry, but like I guess enjoy the ride for the time being, I guess.
It is so ridiculous to watch these people trying to make the entire conversation about themselves instead of them actually coming out to give a genuine apology. Because if you didn't know what you were doing, then you would apologize and period it. They'll be looking for reactions, they'll be looking for views, of course, to make money off us. That is what they've always done, isn't it? Yeah, they use the blackface just to make sure they make money, because all of us know whatever involves a black person, make fun of them, make them fight, make them beat each other, yes, then that is where the money comes from. And I understand this video really made him a lot of money. By the time he came out to apologize, he literally even left the video there. It was still moving, I feel like, until when people actually reported it and he removed it. You understand? Yeah, these people literally do not value. So that's why I'm like, of all people, when did you ever start to care? Have you ever seen a black person coming out to use a lighter shade of foundation to fight and advocate for white people? We know how to speak for ourselves, and we know that yes, majority of people like you that come out to make such videos, it is not out of good intentions, it's not out of a pure heart. You know, you literally just want to be famous of a black person, because we've always been looked at as the disadvantaged, as the minority, as the oppressed. And so if a lighter shade comes out to actually advocate for us, yes, they feel better about themselves coming out to serve us. But this time you chewed, you susued, you did the entire thing wrong. If we are talking about inclusivity, that's a lie. Like, that's a delusion in 2024. Because let's talk about this, guys, all right? The foundations, the darkest of melanins, okay, come from Africa. And of course, they come and get melanated queens from the motherland. And they say they are making products for, just to include the black people. But tell me why a black person cannot even, like a darkest melanated person, cannot even find a foundation here in Africa. One of my sisters in Nigeria said she literally struggles to find a dark shade of, of foundation that matches her skin. Why is it like that? If you take us as tools of experiment, if you take us as guinea pigs to test your products on, but then we are not even included, these things are not even distributed. Now, for me to find a shade that matches me, it is like taking trips from the sun and the moon for decades and decades, and I still can't find it. Like, I literally have to play around certain shades of foundations for me to find. Why can't you make that just one thing that is going to fit and suit a black person like you do for other people? Should we go into the fact that the people that the faces that you put out there for these foundations and products are not even us? The people that market these things are not us, Yes, it's the Indians, it's the biracials, it is the Latinos, it is the white people, it is the Asians. Those are the faces of the products that you say you want to be inclusive. When it comes to making clothes, do you really include us? Because the African body, you all know that we are curvaceous, at least for the most part. But yeah, the models that are always on the clothes, they are always slim. And yeah, those are the same things that you want to sell to us. We are not going to buy into this narrative again in 2024 that you guys are really, really trying so hard to fight for us. No, the reality is you really don't care. As long as you take the money from us, you don't value the black money. It's not just about clothes. It is even the products that you sell, the hair products. Like, for real, the hair products that you normally even put out there. Is it for us, really? Because if you're talking about inclusivity, normally the products that you make are for biracials again, for Indians, for white people, for Asians. You understand? And even when you buy the brands or the lines from black people, you normally turn and switch up things to actually, suit your own demographic. Is that, inclusivity? That is a lie in 2024 if you're saying that you are being inclusive. But at the same time, yeah, this is time for us to wake up as black people and know that, yeah, your black dollar is not valued anywhere, okay? All they care for is, yes, they are going to take that black dollar from you. And yeah, they are going to still troll you. They are still going to make faces. They are still going to make fun of you. They are still not going to match the needs. They are still not going to match exactly what you want or to tailor things up that suit you as a black person. Because if they valued, the black dollar, which the major support they get it from black people. We are known to be consumers. We do not make nothing. All we do is, put money in them, but then they don't value you. When you go to their stores, they look at you as a thief. They literally follow you around, as if you're about to steal something. It is so tiring to listen to this entire conversation of inclusivity by people like them that are literally just, trying to milk you up without feeding you nothing, because they don't even satisfy you with whatever they produce. The way they treat the people that work for them, the black people that work for them, and the way they pay them, the way they literally, it is just ridiculous. They are the closest thing to whiteness, and they feel the urge to actually oppress and disrespect, black people. But again, it is time for us black people to start making things that tailor and cater for ourselves, because you cannot tell me that we do not have the capacity. You cannot tell me we don't have the money. If we have the money to give them to do these things, then how in the world do we lack money to actually start our own, our own lines to cater for our own people? If we want people to respect us, if we want people to respect our money, if we want people to put, dignity on us, we have to fight for ourselves. We need to stop looking at the other side of the world to actually front our, our needs, we need to stop looking at them, because the reality is their own people will always come first. Euphoria did not even come out to actually make any apology for what they did. But unfortunately, they turned off the comment section because they knew they were going to be roasted. It is time, Black people rise up. We need to make our own products. We need to make our own lines that suit our own people, but also put your money where it's going to be valued. How people be like, go where you loved? Yes, go where you loved. Your people will support you, especially in 2024, in the 21st century. There is a high demand of products that tailor and suit Black people, and they are highly needed. So if you have the expertise to do these things, please. Otherwise, guys, for me, I don't know what you think in the comment section. I don't know if you think he did it intentionally. I don't know if you think he was really genuinely trying to advocate for Black people while he's Asian and he's putting a black shoe paint on his face to, advocate for people that don't look like him. You let me know of all those juicy comments of yours, okay? Consider signing up for my channel membership. I will be giving you juicy conversations and content about the motherland. For those of you that are visiting, for those of you that want to know, how to do it, how do I get there, what do I do? Yes, I'll be putting a variety of content out there for my members. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing so you become part of the team on here. And I appreciate you. Until then, I'll see you in another video. Great to see ya. Bye.